In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the Harran Tactical Unit DLC for Dying Light. It was released on the 6th anniversary of the game and was £2.49 in the UK. Right, you get yourself this Protector HTU armor skin, which looks really nice, and that's what it looks like with Crane modelling it for us on the home screen. And you'll find it in the DLC section of Crane's outfits. Now let's have a look at the weapons, and the first one is the Guardian HTU rifle. You're going to need a rifle, of course, to craft this blueprint, and I just used a camo police rifle, which isn't particularly powerful. However, this blueprint did add almost double the damage to it, but took some of the rate of fire away because this particular weapon fires a burst of 3 rounds every time you tap the trigger. And also this blueprint does increase the accuracy of the rifle, and it's very accurate when looking down the sights. Not quite so easy to use when you're not looking down the sights, but you have to get used to the 3 burst effect because repeatedly tapping the trigger is not necessary. So the Dispatcher HTU shotgun is actually the better of the 2 weapons in my opinion, but then shotguns are so much more powerful anyway in the game. You need a double-barreled shotgun, strangely, even though this is a pump-action single-barreled shotgun. But once you've crafted it, it's pretty decent. It's got a very, very efficient pump action. My regular shotgun of choice is my Rusty Spine, and I have to say this one is so much quicker at reloading. You can loose off so many rounds in such a short amount of time that it's almost semi-automatic, to be fair. And I very much like this one. There's not much to look at. The Rusty Spine is definitely a better looking shotgun. But I'm honestly reconsidering now which shotgun is going to be my weapon of choice in the future. And I didn't expect that, to be honest. The blueprint isn't going to add any power to the base weapon, but the skill level that you're at will affect how powerful the weapon is. So the Hyper Argument HTU hammer with a permanent hyper mode effect apparently. You'll need a 2-handed hammer or axe for the blueprint, but it says a pickaxe will work too. I used a 2-handed extravagant hewing axe and added some decent mods and got it up to a damage level of 4662. So yeah, it should do a lot of damage. But I've always found 2-handed weapons pretty unwieldy. If you don't time them right, you can get absolutely mauled by the zombies. Which still does happen to me from time to time, and it's very annoying. But as you can see, this one, if you time it right, is pretty effective. As I said, I've modded it, but I haven't actually done any crafting on this one. And as for the hyper mode effect, well, normally it's a charged attack that brings about those effects. And you could just about see the zombie flying off into the distance there. But the problem with the 2-handed weapon is because you do a full 360 spin, then you don't really see what happens to the zombie afterwards, which is a shame because that's half the fun. If you want a little extra fun, however, you can actually apply other blueprints to this weapon. You can see here I've added a strong fire effect, and it doesn't really sort of knock them back any more than the regular weapon. However, it does set them on fire as soon as you hit them, so it's quite a nice effect, but not quite as impressive as the one I added an electrical effect to. Because as you can see, this actually managed to create a proper hyper mode effect. That's what I expect to see when using a weapon of this type, especially one you've modded to be quite powerful. So it's just so much more satisfying when you see them flying off like that. So the 4-wheeler is the Buggy skin for this DLC, and it looks fantastic with that kind of police flashing blue, white and red light on the front there. Obviously it's not going to look quite so nice in the daytime. It doesn't really stand out when the sun comes up. But at night it's really, really good. I like this skin. It could be my second favourite to the Vulcan Combat one. I really like the sort of, camouflage effect on the side there. And there you see it says Tactical Unit on the back, and it says something similar on the door. It's a very nice looking Buggy skin. Nothing bright about it though, and the interior wasn't much to mention, so I'm not really going to go into that one. But I like it a lot. So that is the Harran Tactical Unit DLC. Was it really what we wanted for the 6th anniversary of Dying Light? I must admit I was kind of holding out and hoping for some Dying Light 2 news. Stupid of me probably, but they did announce at the end of last year that they were going to tell us how they were getting on. So I thought maybe this was the time we were going to have that little update. but it wasn't to be. So anyway, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.